Hey everyone, Scott and Sarah here, back in Colonial Williamsburg, and we have a treat for you today. We're going to do an interior tour of the governor's palace, and we're going to take you guys along with us so you can see everything we see. Go inside the palace, take a look at the outside, hopefully the backyard garden area, and just give you guys a up close and personal look at what the governor's palace in Colonial Williamsburg looks like. If you've never seen it, or you're interested in coming along, we're headed that way right now, and we're actually approaching it as we speak. And there it is. That is the entrance. And of course, the carriage rides will take you right to the front there. If you decide to purchase a separate ticket and take a horse and carriage. And I believe over here where this interpreter is sitting is where you enter if you are a ticket holder. Yeah, so it was the home of 5 royal lieutenant governors and the first 2 governors of the Commonwealth of Virginia, Patrick Henry and Thomas Jefferson. So, and there is the palace we are about to explore. And we're inside, and it looks like they have a tour starting in about 5 minutes, so we're gonna have a seat, and I guess we'll have a tour guide as we go through. And here is inside the waiting area, and we're awaiting our tour guide. We are doing the guided tour, and that should take us all throughout the governor's palace. You have access to with a ticket, and hopefully the exterior garden. So really excited to see that. Never have been in the back of the governor's palace. So this will be a first for us, and maybe for you.
Come on in, have a seat. Directly over here.
My name's Edward, and welcome to the governor's palace. Folks, the palace construction began on the palace in 1706, but it ran into trouble after 8 months. And the trouble was money. But when this gentleman came in 1710, his name's Alexander Spotswood, he helped design the palace, folks, believe it or not. And he actually got to move in 1718. He left in 1722, folks. From the time he left to our last royal governor, we had 7 other governors. But if you look in the rear here, folks, the gentleman in the tilt right here, his name is John Murray. He's the 4th Earl of Dunmore. He was our last royal governor. So the night of June 8, 1775, Lord Dunmore, his wife, and 6 children fled the palace, taken aboard a British warship. So June 8, 1775 was the last day that the British ever ruled the colony of Virginia. But folks, if you look back here again, please, this gentleman right here, Mr. Patrick Henry, he was the first state governor we had, and he lived here 1776, 1779. Then this unknown man here is not too well known, Mr. Thomas Jefferson. He was here for 8 months, folks. Folks, welcome to the governor's palace. We feel honored you made it through that front door. In the 18th century, there would be 2 gentlemen out there to greet you, and sir, they would ask you what your business was. So feel honored you're here. Now, folks, I have a question for you. Are you impressed by everything you see? I hope you say yes. The brown best muskets, the ones with the dark wooden stocks, those are original, dated to about 1759 from the French and Indian War. Folks, the other ones, cavalry swords, infantry swords, sabers, And these are cavalry pistols, folks. But let me point out the two rooms on the side, if I may, folks. On my right-hand side is up here. Please take a look inside too, folks. This is called a butler's pantry. Please come on in, folks. This is the ballroom. The ballroom room is called the supper room, and I'll explain that in a minute. But this is a new part of the palace that was added in 1751. If you honored, folks, only about 20 guests would be invited to a ball. Folks, this is the original color. It's called Prussian blue. It's linen paper and painted, of course. Most people could never start painting at all, so this shows their wealth and status. This is the original pattern of the carpet in the 18th century. It was based on a mosaic they found in the ancient city of Pompeii. This was made in 1760 in London for King George III. So please, and you're more than welcome to dance, folks. I've seen all sorts of dances in here, so please, feel free to do anything you want. Pretty good, don't you think, for 4 lessons? I think I should continue, right? Thank you, and I'm lying, folks. I do not know how to play this, of course. Folks, if you follow me, we'll exit through the supper room. This is called Verde Verde. Why do they have to call it green, green, white? But it's the most expensive color to make in the 18th century. And folks, if you'll come down here, I want to show you a big lion and a unicorn out here, please. Oh gosh, what a difference. Folks, I promise I won't keep you long because it's really important. Remember the lion and unicorn? How about this lion right here? Big, strong lion with a crown on his head, and look at those teeth, ready to attack. He represents the country of England, of course. And the unicorn's the only animal that supposedly can kill a lion. But this unicorn doesn't want to kill the lion because in 1707, the two countries came together to form what's called the United Kingdom.
All right, so quite the tour there, and a really informational tour guide. Definitely knew his history and did a really thorough job of explaining it. But he mentioned there's a maze down here at the end of the backyard garden area, as well as some other things around the gardens. One of them being a cemetery as well over on this side. But we're gonna go try to find this maze and see if we can find our way through it. You ready, Sarah? So after the tour, what Sarah was saying, they set you free and you're free to explore the complete palace garden area. This looks like this could very well be the maze area. I see the tops of heads as we approach it here. We're gonna go in this and see if we can find our way through it. See if you guys can maybe help us navigate the palace's backyard maze. All right, is this the entrance? All right, here we go, the entrance there. Can we find our way through it? Well, there's an arrow, so is it telling us how to get through it? Uh-huh. All right, what lurks around the corner? So these bushes are, I'm 5'10", so it looks like they're just a little shorter than I am. It's pretty tall bushes. You coming, Sarah? Sarah? It looks like I might have lost Sarah already in the maze. Hopefully I can find her. Sarah, you back there? Oh, okay. She's back there filming. Here we go. All right, so I took a right turn. I don't know which way Sarah's gonna go, but it looks like I have found myself, and look where I ended up, in a dead end. See if I can peek over the bushes and get a better vantage point, but that's a dead end. So Sarah hit the dead end too, so we must think alike because she went the same direction I went. Typically, my general sense of direction can be off to a degree, and I've never traveled through a garden. Is that another?
Yes.
So we hit another dead end. And it looks like you guys came along with us for that dead end. So let's travel through here. I think this is where we had originally came. I'll let Sarah lead the way. I can blame her if for some reason we can't find our way out of here. Have a little gate entrance here, so that's a good sign. So maybe go that way. Yeah, go that way. It's like a little hiding. Or maybe that's it. Maybe it's the shortcut. We just passed a shortcut. I didn't show it to you on camera. We got a little opening here. And so now we're getting somewhere. But I think this is just like a little middle nook. So we'll just cut back through here. It has to be this long path over here. Yeah, I think we're gonna go up here and take a left. See if this leads us to the exit. We got some passerbyers there. Sir, I'm really surprised you haven't found the way out of here yet. You're usually pretty good at navigating us out of being lost.
It is. I think this is a dead end.
Looks like we're not the only ones lost. Sir, maybe it's that way. Yeah, that's a dead end. We're literally, as you can see, unable to find our way out of here. We might have to go back the way we started, maybe? Now, looks like I'm Sarah? All right, now I've lost Sarah. So I am officially lost in a maze. And you're witnessing this live on camera, no joke. Cannot find my way out of here. I hear Sarah. Now she's lost for me. Now I'm back at the entrance. Where are you at?
I'm right here.
Okay, but how are you gonna? There's Sarah.
Get over there.
Sarah, I'm lost. Where are you at? Okay, there's Sarah. All right, at least I got her back. All right, now this is as shameful as it is to admit. The maze has defeated us and we could not find our way out. We had to come in the entranceway. So we're gonna go try to find out where it comes out at and try to understand why we were unable to beat the maze. So there is no exit here. Maybe that's the thing. You just kind of walk through it and then back to the entrance. Oh well, we gave it our best shot. On to other things here on the grounds of the governor's palace. And now there we get a better shot of the pattern of the maze. So where could we have potentially?
See, there is no exit.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Maybe the maze is just to the middle and then back. Yeah, so that must be what it is. You find your way into the middle and then find your way back out. And it's definitely looking mighty swampy down here. The green water. I guess there probably wouldn't be any gators in this water, but then again, I don't know. And it looks like you've got some seating benches out here. You can just relax. The sounds of the crickets sitting beside the swamp. Yeah, it looks like there's a bridge over here. You want to go check out the bridge, Sarah?
There's a tadpole. Do you see it?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, there's like on the bottom part of that brick, there's a bunch of them. Or I think that's the tadpole stage. I just think that's so weird that they turn into frogs. Is that a pear?
Kind of looks like a pear. Is it a pear tree?
What is that fluffy thing up there?
What fluffy thing?
See that fluffy thing?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's another kind of fruit. But that does look like a pear.
Yeah, that literally looks like a little mini pear.
All right, let's see if we can go find the cemetery that he talked about. Apparently 150 some remains were found when they did an excavation. They weren't sure who it was, but he said there's a cemetery here. So we're gonna go try to find it. And we're back at the backside of the governor's palace. And that would be the entrance to the maze. I'm not exactly sure what this door leads to. Maybe this is the cemetery area. It does say garden renovation in progress. And there's a perspective you don't typically get when you don't have a ticket to explore in depth in Colonial Williamsburg. But the complete backside of the mansion. Very prestigious looking building with such a huge amount of history involved within it. As we pass by some gardens, a lot of flowers blossoming. Must be a lot of garden to manage here. But I guess on a typical day of life, you would come out here to clear the mind and enjoy a walk through the gardens and the pathways that lead all around here. And all this designed garden work out here. I would imagine the governors had garden workers who were highly skilled with maintaining and crafting the garden areas, keeping it up to snuff and looking good for the royal officials who frequented the governor's palace. Sarah's over here. She thinks she found the entrance to the cemetery grounds. Is that it?
Yeah, that's what it says. See that bird?
Yeah, let's check it out. Here we are. Pay our respects to those who rest in the Revolutionary War Cemetery. But this area is chained off, so this might actually be the grounds where they found the remains, and they rest to this very day. A ground of the unknown resting here. And right here it says, within this enclosure lie interred the remains of 156 men and 2 women. These remains were discovered in the year 1930 during the excavations incident to the reconstruction of the palace and its gardens, and were left undisturbed. No record of interments in this garden have been found, in spite of diligent and extended search. It's known that the palace was used by General Washington as a military hospital during the Yorktown campaign of 1781. Military insignia were found in the graves, and it is concluded from this evidence that the palace garden was used as a cemetery for soldiers of the Continental Army under his command. In the backyard garden, they've got this covered area, which looks really cool. Let's walk in it real quick, get a vantage point from inside. This would be quite the peaceful walk after a long day, formulating the laws of the colony of Virginia, taking a leisurely stroll through the canopy of trees which reside in the back of your estate. As I'm sure many of the royal governors, Patrick Henry, Thomas Jefferson, once did. Over here looks like the horse stables where the livestock would go. So facing the governor's palace, these stables would lie to the east of the faceward side of the palace. And another area over here, maybe a horse stable. I believe that's what that is. Different dividers. Is that where the horse would stick his head outside to feed? And directly across from that is another building where it could be, it looks like this is where they maybe kept wagons, because here is a Virginia road wagon, an original freight wagon circa 1800 for the Carpenter family of Rapidan, Virginia, initially used to haul freight between Rapidan and Philadelphia, then used for farm work.